Hello, I'm Nils. In this video, I'll be talking about the dangers of a particular type of fat that accumulates in the body and an approach called the 5-2 diet. This video is not intended as and should not be taken as medical advice. Belly fat, also known as visceral fat, is a hidden fat that wraps around our abdominal organs, giving us the apple shape that's associated with metabolic syndrome. As it accumulates, it can narrow our blood vessels and cause blood clots. Large amounts of belly fat are associated with some serious and even deadly health issues, including heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, stroke, and cancer. There are many approaches for getting rid of it. The one that I'll be talking about in this video is a form of dietary restriction called the 5-2 diet. 5-2 is sometimes grouped with intermittent fasting, but this isn't really accurate as it doesn't always involve actual fasting. The 5-2 was developed several years ago by Dr. Michael Mosley. The heart of it is to reduce your food intake for only 2 days a week, making sure that you don't overeat on your non-dieting days. The 5-2 diet's benefits include weight loss, in particular a reduction of the visceral fat that I was talking about. Other benefits include a reduction in insulin resistance and decreased inflammation. The idea is to eat normally for 5 days, eating your usual allotment of calories, then restrict calories on the other 2 days. This means eating 500 calories a day on your 2 low-calorie days for women and 600 calories a day on the 2 low-calorie days for men. You can fast on your dieting days, eating just one meal, such as breakfast or dinner, or you can break your allotment of calories down into 3 small meals, in which case you're not doing any fasting. Your 2 dieting days need to be non-consecutive, such as Monday and Thursday or Tuesday and Friday. It's important not to drink any juice or milk or alcohol on your low-calorie days. Just drink water, black coffee, and herbal tea. Unlike Dr. Walter Longo's fasting mimicking diet, the fasting days are not concurrent, and the goal is not to restrict protein and not to trigger autophagy. And it's also not a form of ketogenic diet. It's simply lowering your caloric intake so that your body is forced to burn your own body fat for fuel without putting any unusual stresses on the body. In terms of what to eat, Mosley recommends eating lean protein foods, including occasional red meat on your restricted calorie days, whole grains, lots of fruit and vegetables, healthy fats, and high fiber foods. It's important not to overeat on the other 5 days and not to try to make up for the calories that you lost on your fasting days. In my own case, I have struggled with obesity and with metabolic issues, and I've found the 5-2 diet to be one of several workable fixes when my weight or my belly fat does start going up. It's less extreme than another option that I follow, which is true alternate day fasting, which means eating 0 calories on your fasting days. And because it's less extreme, sometimes it's easier to follow. So again, in my case, I do 5-2 dieting sometimes when my weight starts drifting upward, or when I look in the mirror and notice my belly accumulating fat again. What works best for me, if I'm doing that, is to eat just 1 meal a day instead of 3 tiny meals on my calorie-restricted days. But again, different strokes for different folks. The 5-2 diet isn't instant because you're only reducing your food intake 2 days a week. It takes a few weeks for the benefits to become apparent. Its effects aren't as dramatic and they're not as profound of a health reset as doing a fasting mimicking diet or true alternate day fasting. But again, for many people, it's an easier and more workable approach, so they're more likely to stick with it. And there are profound benefits to losing the excess belly fat. This video is sponsored by Do Not Age, a good source for anti-aging supplements. I take their NMN, SIRT6 Activator, resveratrol, berberine, and several other supplements. For a 10% discount on their products, use the discount code PATHWAYS. Be sure to type it in all caps. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Now, if you're not familiar with my videos, stick around for a minute and I'll tell you about them. So I've had people ask me now and then, who am I and why am I making these videos? I'm just a guy who became interested in anti-aging. I noticed that I was heading into sarcopenia. I was having some health issues and I was able to reverse the sarcopenia and improve my health by applying the sorts of principles that I talk about in these videos. The video on the left is me as I looked in the fall of 2020. The video on the right is me as I looked in the fall of 2021. And I'm certainly not saying I have the best physique in the world, but I was able to lose some excess body fat and put on some muscle and make some other positive changes by applying the sorts of principles that I talk about in these videos. So I hope that they're helpful and I wish everyone well. Take care.